Let us recall what we have done so far. As you all know that diffusion is a process in which the particles are going to move from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration. And in osmosis, we just talk about the movement of water molecules. What happens when we have a lipid bilayer? This cell membrane has lipids and these water molecules are highly polar. So, they are not able to cross this barrier of cell membrane. So, we have special protein channels which we call as aquaporins, through which these water molecules can actually pass, can actually move inside this cell. Okay. So, these aquaporin proteins are specialized channelized proteins which are going to facilitate the movement of these water molecules inside the cell, and here the water molecules are going to bind to the solute particles in this manner. Thereby now there is a concentration difference of solute particles outside the cell and inside the cell, right. So, due to this difference in concentration of solute particles, there will be net movement of these water molecules from a region of lower solute concentration to a region of higher solute concentration. So, this is how the water molecules are going to move from the region of their higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. But the solute concentration over here is low, but over here is high. So, it is opposite, low solute concentration, high water concentration, and this is how it moves. Then we have, if we talk about higher solute concentration, that solution is said to be hypertonic. When the solute concentration is lower, this solution is known as hypotonic solution. And when the solute concentration is equal, this solution is known as isotonic solution. And when we place red blood cells in a hypertonic solution, means when the solute concentration is higher in the solution than inside the cells, what is going to happen? They are going to shrivel up. Okay, they are going to, the red blood cells will shrivel up in hypertonic solution. But if we talk about hypertonic solution, the red blood cells are going to take in this solute from outside, because this is a hypertonic solution, they are going to swell up, and when they swell up, they are going to eventually burst. Okay, since these cells do not have cell wall. But if we talk about a plant cell has a cell wall. If we place a plant cell in a hypertonic solution, what is going to happen? In hypertonic solution, the cell membrane is going to actually shrivel, it is going to change its shape, but the cell wall is going to be intact. Okay. But in hypertonic solution, what is going to happen? This is going to lead to an increase in the cell membrane, increase in the volume, but due to this presence of cell wall, this cell is going to maintain its integrity. It is not going to collapse, because the cell wall has this capability to actually maintain the shape of the cell, and it is going to protect the cell from bursting. So, when we have placed a plant cell in hypertonic solution, we have seen that there is shrinkage of the cell contents, but the cell wall remains intact. This is also known as plasmolysis. When we place this plant cell in a hypertonic solution, the cell contents are going to increase, the volume is going to increase, but the cell wall has the capacity to actually protect the cell from bursting out. Okay. So, this is how the hypertonic solution and hypotonic solution have effect on cell wall, or you can say in case of animal cells, that is we have talked about red blood cells, how the hypertonic solution, hypotonic solutions have effect on the red blood cells in case of human beings. So, I hope now this is clear to you. If we talk about a hypertonic solution, or if we talk about a hypertonic solution, and we have also talked about an isotonic solution. So, what is going to happen? A hypertonic solution is a solution with higher solute concentration. A hypertonic solution is the solution with lower solute concentration, and an isotonic solution is a solution when we talk about equal concentration of solute and the solvency. So, what is going to happen if we talk about this process, that is osmosis? This is actually the movement of water molecules, and when the water molecules are going to move, they are going to move from the region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration. But if we talk in terms of solute, what is going to happen? There will be movement from the region of lower solute concentration to the region of higher solute concentration. Okay. So, you need to actually remember if we are talking about osmosis in terms of the movement of water molecules, the movement of water molecules is going to be from the region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration. If we talk in terms of solute, this is going to be the movement from lower solute concentration to a region of its higher solute concentration. Okay. So, remember that osmosis is the net movement of water molecules from the region of its higher concentration to lower concentration. If we talk about solute, from the region of lower solute concentration to the region of higher solute concentration. You have to actually also remember that if the concentration of water is high, if I talk about this concept, if the concentration of water is going to be high, obviously the solute concentration is going to be low, right? And if the water concentration is going to be lower, obviously the solute concentration is going to be higher. So, if we talk about a solution, we have a solvent and a solute. If we are going to add solute to this solvent, then this is going to lead to the lower concentration of free water molecules. So, the concentration of solute is going to be higher and the concentration of water molecule is going to be lower. If we are going to talk about pure water, in this case what is going to happen, there is higher concentration of water molecules and the solute concentration is less. If you just put in small amount of solute, so this is resulting into a higher concentration of water molecules and lower solute concentration. So, this is how osmosis works when we talk in terms of the concentration of water or when we talk in terms of the concentration of the solute. So, movement of water molecules from high concentration to lower concentration and the movement of solute molecules from the region of the lower concentration to the region of higher concentration. So, this is how they are opposite in terms of solute or in terms of water molecules. And in hypertonic solution, the solute concentration is lower and in hypertonic solution the solute concentration is higher. So, supposingly if we are going to put in red blood cells in a hypertonic solution, means the solute concentration is actually higher outside. Okay. Now, the solute concentration is higher outside. This is going to lead to what? If we put in red blood cells and they are at lower concentration of solute molecules. So, the movement in terms of solute molecules is from lower solute concentration to higher concentration. So, means this is going to lead to the movement like this. Okay. So, this is also going to lead to the movement of water, because this is in the cell, the concentration of water is more inside the cell because the solute concentration is going to be low. So, water will move out, the cell is going to shrink. Okay. So, it is going to shrivel up. So, this is how when we place red blood cells in hypertonic solution, this happens. But if we place a plant cell in a hypertonic solution, since a plant cell, as you can see, has a cell wall, this cell wall is going to help to maintain the integrity, the shape of the cell. The cell contents are going to shrink, they will align like this, but the cell wall will not allow the cell to actually change its shape. This cell wall is going to maintain the shape and the integrity of the cell. Remember, this is very important. This process is also known as plasmolysis. So, when we place a plant cell in a hypertonic solution, this is going to lead to the shrinkage of the cell contents along the cell wall. This process is known as plasmolysis. Let us talk about a hypertonic solution. If you are going to place red blood cells in hypertonic solution, what is going to happen? A hypertonic solution is a solution when we have lower solute concentration, means inside the cell there is higher solute concentration and outside the cell the solute concentration is lower. So, what is going to happen? From low solute concentration to higher concentration, means the water is going to move from outside to inside of the cell. So, what is going to happen? The cell will actually swell up, and if we talk about red blood cells, they do not have that cell wall which we have in case of plant cells. So, they are going to burst. They are going to burst, and this eventually is going to lead to the death of the cell. Okay. So, this is what happens when we place red blood cells in a hypertonic solution. Now, if we place it in isotonic solution, there is nothing that is going to happen like in case of hypertonic or hypertonic solution, because the concentration is going to be equal. So, there will be no net movement of water, or you can say there will be no net movement of the solutes. Okay. So, remember that in case of osmosis, we talk about water movement from its high concentration to low concentration, and this will automatically convey that this is the movement from low solute concentration to higher solute concentration.